Crocodile Dundee is more than just an adventure comedy, it's a cultural fusion between the wild Australian outback and the bustling city of New York. Nearly 4 decades on, the cast has moved on, some still in their careers, some have passed on, but all have left a lasting impression on audiences. Whether you remember Mick Dundee with his giant knife, Walter's hearty laugh, or Sue Charlton's charm, the film remains an irreplaceable icon. Thank you for taking us back to the 80s, where laughter, simplicity, and adventure live on in our memories. And you? Which character in Crocodile Dundee has left you with the most emotions? Share which character touched you the most. If you love this nostalgic journey, don't forget to like and subscribe to discover more interesting stories. Paul Hogan, born on October 8, 1939 in Lightning Ridge, New South Wales, Australia, made his name in film history with his iconic role as Mick Dundee in Crocodile Dundee. At the age of 47, Hogan perfectly transformed into a man from the wild outback, strong, witty, brave, but no less charming. The character of Mick Dundee not only made the audience laugh but also made the whole world admire him for his intelligence, courage, and sincere heart. This role not only helped him win the Golden Globe for Best Actor but also opened the door to Hollywood for an Australian talent who had not received formal training. After the resounding success, Paul Hogan continued to leave his mark with films such as Almost an Angel and the very excellent Mr. Dundee 2020. As of 2025, he is 85 years old, and Mick Dundee still lives on in the memories of audiences around the world as a timeless icon. And it would be remiss not to mention Sue Charlton, the woman who embarked on an adventure with Mick that changed both of their lives forever. Linda Kozlowski, born on January 7, 1958 in Fairfield, Connecticut, USA, made a deep impression on the global audience with her role as Sue Charlton in Crocodile Dundee. At the age of 28, when she took on the role of an intelligent, brave, and adventurous journalist, Linda brought a genuine and attractive vitality to the character. In the film, Sue traveled to the Australian outback to write an article about Mick Dundee, and it was that journey that completely changed her life. Sue's strength and courage not only contrasted but also perfectly complemented the rough but charming Dundee. The relationship between them, from initial misunderstandings to deep empathy, created a special attraction, contributing significantly to the resounding success of the film. After leaving the Hollywood spotlight, Kozlowski turned to business, but her name is always remembered through this classic role. And to have such a complete film, it is impossible not to mention Richard Mason, who played an important role behind the scenes in bringing the Dundee story to the big screen. Mark Blum, born May 14, 1950 in Newark, New Jersey, left a strong impression in Crocodile Dundee as Richard Mason, the successful, elegant, but somewhat arrogant boyfriend of Sue Charlton. At the age of 36 when he took on the role, Blum perfectly portrayed a Richard who represents the modern urban lifestyle, completely opposite to the rough and rustic look of Mick Dundee. The difference between them not only created many humorous situations but also deeply reflected the cultural collision, the core element that made the film's lasting appeal. In addition to this role, Mark Blum was also a familiar face on Broadway and in films such as Desperately Seeking Susan or Mozart in the Jungle. Sadly, he passed away on March 25, 2020 at the age of 69 due to complications from COVID-19, leaving behind a rich and memorable artistic legacy. And among the unique characters on that cultural journey, Mick's native friend Neville Bell brings a distinct and human layer of depth to the film. David Gulpilil, born on July 1, 1953 in Arnhem Land, Northern Territory of Australia, brought a unique and profound nuance to Crocodile Dundee as Neville Bell, the intelligent, humorous, and knowledgeable Aboriginal tracker. At the age of 33 when he joined the film, Gulpilil not only made the audience laugh with his natural wit, but also subtly conveyed the spiritual connection between humans and nature through the character of Neville. His presence helped the film go beyond comedy and adventure, but also opened up a respectful perspective on Australian Aboriginal culture. This role was also a testament to Gulpilil's exceptional acting talent, who had been praised for many internationally acclaimed films. It is a pity that he passed away on November 29, 2021 at the age of 68 from lung cancer, leaving behind a priceless artistic legacy. And while Neville Bell brings us closer to the ancient spirit of Australia, Ida, the warm-hearted pub owner in the outback, represents the hospitality and simple closeness in the lives of the people here. Maggie Blinco, born in 1933 in Sydney, Australia, created a warm and friendly image when playing Ida, the friendly pub owner in Crocodile Dundee. At the age of 52 when she took on the role, Blinco brought to the character Ida a strong sense of community and thoughtfulness, making the audience feel the connection between people and the wild land of the Australian outback. In the rough and challenging setting, Ida's pub is like an oasis, where kindness, laughter, and humanity spread. This role not only contributed to the balance between the adventure and the everyday of the story, but also reflected the inherent hospitality of the Australian people. Blinco continued to appear in many outstanding television works such as A Country Practice and The Flying Doctors, leaving a deep impression on the public. Until now, at the age of 91, she is still remembered for the image of the simple Ida. And alongside established characters like Ida, Sue's grounded and level-headed father, Sam Charlton, also contributes to a multidimensional picture of familial and cultural relationships between two opposing worlds. Before becoming the lovable police dad in Family Matters, Reginald Veljohnson had a small but memorable role in Crocodile Dundee, playing Gus, a typical New York taxi driver. Although he only appeared in a few short scenes, Gus left a deep impression with his calm demeanor and humorous personality. Gus's reactions to Mick Dundee's odd actions in the bustling city brought hearty laughs, and this role evoked the image of an ordinary citizen, amazed by the absurd but extremely cute. Gus was a small supporting character but brought a gentle and pleasant breath to the film. After this role, Reginald continued to make his mark in Die Hard and became one of the prominent black actors on American television. The role of Gus is a clear proof that sometimes a small role with simple lines can create a strong connection with the audience, like the appearance of Gwendolyn, who brings a distinct charm to the story. Anne Carlisle, with her small but memorable role in Crocodile Dundee, caught the eye with her eccentric style, typical of the vibrant New York society. Although she only appeared briefly, her presence in the film created a unique highlight, reflecting the spirit of the 80s. A multi-talented artist, Carlisle is also widely known for her outstanding role in Liquid Sky, a cult film, which helped to affirm her name in the film industry. Although she did not maintain a long-lasting brilliant career, Anne Carlisle remains an underground icon of this decade, thanks to her unique personality and distinct artistic style. Her appearances in films, although brief, contributed to the diversity of 80s cinema and culture, making her an indelible mark on audiences and connoisseurs. Michael Lombard, born August 8, 1934 in Brooklyn, New York, is a veteran actor who has left his mark on Broadway and American television. In Crocodile Dundee, he played Sam Charlton, Sue Charlton's typical urban father. Although he only appeared in a short part of the film, Lombard portrayed Sam with a mature, serious but caring demeanor towards his daughter. His deep voice and calm demeanor reflected his conventional lifestyle, contrasting with the free-spirited and wild Mick Dundee, creating an interesting highlight in the three-way relationship between Mick, Sue, and Sam. In addition to this role, Michael was also known for famous works such as Pet Sematary, Network, and Law and Order, always playing supporting roles with deep inner feelings. He passed away in 2020 at the age of 86, leaving behind a quiet but valuable artistic legacy. Besides Sam, another supporting character who also contributes to the unique color of the film is Gus, a friendly and humorous friend at the pub where Mick often goes.